It's Bill. I got Maddyson Tull and Kennedy Tull, two seniors. First off, tight game upstairs. Just finished up. A W is a W, but man, that last few minutes was pretty scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, credit where credit's due. Multnomah shot the ball well, so.
Yeah, and they really worked hard those last few minutes.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and we got to work harder. So
tomorrow's the last regular season game for both of you guys, but you still got 10 more games, by the way. But I want to know, Madison, I want to start with you. You came, you played 3 seasons counting a COVID year, I believe. And then, you went off to your internship. I might have it messed up, and now you come back, you did some graduate work. Talk about what it's meant to you to be able to come back for this graduate year and play with your sister and play on such a great team.
Yeah, so I played all 4 years here, including a COVID year, and then I went and started working. I did some coaching on the side, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of other coaches who played the game, and they're all like, if I had one more year, I would give anything to go back. And the more I started thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to regret it if I don't go do my last year. And I get to play with her. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, We're so grateful that we get to do that every night.
So I'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, no worries. You're good.
So Kennedy just kind of morphed into this unbelievable 3-point shooter. Were you surprised to kind of see that?
No.
You guys played in high school together. Did she shoot like that in high school?
That's her. Yeah, that's her. I think she just needed the right confidence underneath of her, and I think we've all seen it come out of her this year. That's who she is. That's Kennedy.
Because the book on you has always been you're just a great defender, right? And you can get to the basket. She likes to get to the basket.
I do, yeah.
So, Kennedy, same kind of question. Your sister came back. How excited were you? And this seems like such a blessing to be able to play this senior year together.
Yeah, blessing is a perfect word to sum it up. We had talked a lot about it. Honestly, we would have phone calls here and there last year about it. Yeah. And then by the end of the term and the end of our season last year, I'm like, Maddie, just come on. Your work will support you. We will support you. Coaches will support you. So it's been a real blessing, though, for sure.
Yeah. So, the start of the year, it looked like you had one of the best guard combinations in the country. We get down to now. We still have good guards, but you got 2, an All-American and a potential, really, in my view, All-American sitting on the bench. It's put a lot of pressure on you and you guys as the bigs. Why don't you start? How your team has responded really amazingly to the injuries and to the challenges that you've had. Talk about that.
Yeah, we kind of just stay together through it all. We try not to put it on one person. We're all together through it. So we kind of just band together. We talk about it. We game plan with it. We just do everything to kind of push through and do it for them too, because they want to be on the court more than anything with us. So the only thing we can do is play for them and play with each other.
So Madison, kind of the same question, but for a couple of years, it was such a guard-oriented offense, and the bigs kind of had trouble scoring a little bit because the guards did so much of it, But now it's the switch is completely switched, right?
Yeah.
The bigs, you guys control the paint wherever you play. Talk about that and how much fun that's been to be part of that.
It's so much fun. Practice, let me tell you, not so fun. We go at each other pretty hard in practice. But that's why we are where we are now. And I think it was really fun on Tuesday against Southern. We ran that big lineup with Lexi, Josie, and me all at once for the first time. And that was really exciting. Our chemistry was great. Like you said, we're dominating the paint. It's hard to guard all 3 of us. So
I want to build on that. So the game in Southern, obviously, Oregon Tech lost. You guys walked away. But everybody who watched it, the feeling everybody walked away with it was a breakout game for you guys without Maddie. How did you guys feel about
it? I think that was probably the best game we played all year. In the locker room after the game, that was probably the most, I don't want to say we haven't been hopeful for the rest of our season, but there was such a positive atmosphere in that locker room after that game, even though we lost a tough one. Going forward, that's us as a team. That's our identity in that game.
So Kennedy, 1 regular season game left, but this season is nowhere near over. I've already got hotel reservations for next week.
Good.
So, what do the Owls need to do next week? Or tomorrow night and next week? We can't look past.
We just need to stay together, stick to the game plan. We have all the things we need right here. We just got to go out and we just got to do it, basically.
I want to close out with you. Big crowd up there. I know your parents were up there. I saw them. But when you go out there, And traditionally, the women's games don't get the huge crowds, but at Oregon Tech, you do.
We do.
When you step out there and you see that big crowd, tell me what that means to you as a player.
That's everything. And like our program would be not where we are at all without our fans. We have the best crowd in the country, as you guys have seen over and over again. I think the energy that our fans provide really helps us close out tough games like tonight. So it's everything.
Well, guys, we're so lucky to have you guys here at Oregon Tech. Like I say, we're nowhere near done, but thanks a lot for giving me a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Give me the microphone.